Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Miss Peaches. I'm back to do another video. And remember, all donations could be sent spiritually. Just be like, yo, I watched Peaches video. Make sure that girl get blessed. Shout outs for it. Alright? But at the same time, I'm coming up here, I'm going to break down a pick of Uranus reading. Alright? It is so busy right now, and I'm trying to find a positive outlet to really be in at this present time because it's really busy in my life and busy in the world. And I'm learning how to feel about it. That's the way I'm really in. The reason I picked it is because I'm on the East Coast. So on the East Coast, at this current time, Uranus appears to be in the 5th house. So take for granted the planetary rotation and the wheel rotation is ever changing. Okay, so these messages are a moment in time, and I used to always say readings as a moment in time too. So this is what this is going to be, my series of a moment in time with Uranus. So I went out there because Uranus is in the 5th house, which is the creative house. And like I said, the energy is up there. So I said this might be, Uranus came to my mind when I was meditating. So I figured this might be a great thing. So I went in and saw what was going on with Uranus. So like I said, Uranus is in the 5th house at 25 degrees. Uranus have a sextile with Neptune at 1 degree, and it has a trine with Pluto at 3 degrees. So when I noticed that, I said, oh, these readings is going to be very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw the moon have an opposition with Uranus, and Mercury has an opposition with Uranus. I said, oh, this is really going to be very intriguing. So the moon is in the 12th house, Sag. Now, the zodiac energy, the alchemy right there is Sag and Pisces, right, in the 12th house, hidden realm. And the 12th house, yeah, it's the house of the hidden realm. Mercury is in the 11th house with Sag and got a little bit of Aquarius. So I figured this will work real great with Uranus right now. Even though it has a opposition with it, it will work real good for timing, especially with Saturn energy, which I didn't pay attention to, but Saturn could really play a role in here, especially if I have any connection with the moon or Mercury anytime soon, right? So then Neptune is in the 3rd house, so this is our environment. I said, okay, so I know for me, my sensitivity, now that it has a sextile and Neptune is in the 3rd house with this shit. So now we got a creative environment. So, okay, there goes sensitivity. And then Pluto is in the 2nd house, which is the house of resources. And then Uranus, what? Got a trine with Pluto and is in the house of creativity. Oh, so this is mastermind. And to think about how we are moving into the age of technology, the digital age. That means the high magic, the technicality in magic is going to be blended in within social media and everything in the digital platform. It always been there a little bit in the psychological debate, how the TV work and all those kind of things. So we escalating it, right? And I figured, what is more than a better idea than to sit here and do some style readings. So while you're watching this intro video, and it's going to be for all 3 of them, so if you want to bypass it, like I'm late in the game with it, right? You're already here now. But if you go to any other ones and you want to watch, you know, you can go ahead and bypass it. So this will be a heads up, okay? So, one reading is going to be about the divine circus, right? I feel like With its Pluto in the second house and Neptune in the third house, and we're talking about a combination of Pisces, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus energy all going together at one time with the sextile and the trine. I figure the universe will have very much tricksters and jokes, right? For us ordinary people, or us trying to search in how to obtain more of our spirituality, right? So I got this oracle is going to be the guide of those messages. I selected the tarot card for this one. I'm going to use the tarot deck with that one, right? Now the other two I haven't selected the tarot deck, but I have selected the theme. So the Lateran oracle is more for people right here, the Lateran oracle. The Lateran oracle is for more other people who have their own belief system. You know, they're just very spiritual, right? And they have some things that's going on in their life. And this could lead to relationship or whatever. I don't know what the message is going to come out to be. But this is going to be the primary storyline in the connection with Uranus positions, okay? And then the next one is for a lot of people in nature who really connects with the animal side of nature, and how nature is going to, how Uranus will manipulate nature in the guidance with it, with Uranus planetary alignment also at this time in the 5th house, you know. So I'm giving you the situation of where my energy is coming from, where my messages would be drawn to, and how fluent and whether they would even resonate with you. Okay? So let's begin into the first one. Let's see how the universe is going to fuck with us. Alright, so this is the second Uranus reading. This is the Lateran oracle that I selected to be the center of the storyline here. And I'm using the tarot deck, the Book of Shadows. So, as above, so below. I'm going to use both of these decks for these readings. Alright. So, like I said, the intro already happened. And let's see about this Uranus. Let's tap into it. What is that? What's this pathway message here? May I have one oracle card for Uranus pathway message? Radical honesty. Okay. Radical honesty. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is number 18. You know, I feel this on this pathway type of energy. I'm gonna come from out of the 3rd house, right? Because Neptune is in the 3rd house with Uranus, right? I'm gonna bring an example from out of the 3rd house, the environment, right? So with an environment, even being chosen ones, A lot of things is always talking about isolation. There's many examples, like, yeah, Job is a good example for being a chosen one, but Job wasn't totally isolated. You know, he still had a life. The only thing that brought his isolation out was he got put in a Babel. You know, is like, even though reading the Bible might appear to be a public tool, right? Majority of people have access to the Bible to read it. But because he's a character into a book that is a kind of like a bylaw down here on this planet, is like something to go by as far as a moral compass, your virtues and all that stuff. That's where the isolation come at. So when it's saying radical honesty, this is a radical honesty point, because some people be like, oh fuck no, bitch, you goddamn tripping. The fuck you talking about? But that, and then that'll be like, do I stop believing in what I believe in? Do I suffocate my beliefs because somebody gonna say fuck you, bitch? No. So on this pathway, it seemed like it's going to be, let me get into some tarot cards. I'm just breaking that example down. Make sure you understand the difference of the armor of alienation, which Job has the armor of alienation because he's in a famous book. The self-defeat is what was upon his story. His story is the self-defeat, meaning that in environmental sense, Job lost his kids. He had a wife that was fucking plucking his nerves. He had 3 friends that was plucking his fucking nerves. And he had this shit going on for a few fucking years. Like, he lived around motherfuckers plucking his fucking nerves while this nigga is in his own world. So when you got the armor of alienation, then the self-defeat working up inside of it, this is where the self-defeat is at, because he believes his mind, he's in his world of his mind, of his connection with God. So he like deep in his soul. So and appearing to everybody who's plucking his fucking nerves, they come in at a self-defeating way. But he's in an armor of isolation. So he ain't striking out. He ain't smacked a bitch. He ain't fucking nigga up yet. You know what I'm saying? Only because he was in his mind of the armor of alienation. Now, in the self-denial part of it was the whole meaning for him. See, the self-defeat was the environment that was outside of him, right? And see, Neptune and that Pisces energy makes things appear not to be the same appropriate meaning at times, right? But it is what it is in a spiritual way. So in the self-denial, he like, I'm not smacking y'all bitches. I ain't fucking y'all up. But yo, my guy, what the fuck is still going on? You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm going to put y'all on hold and I'm going to keep going. My guy, what the fuck is going on here, my guy? My guy? Yo, hey, my guy, what the fuck, man? I've been reading these bylaws. See, he's stuck in the bylaws too. Because see, what was fucking with him a whole lot was the fact, dog, I be coming out when everybody, you know, I hear my kids partying and doing all this shit. I be over there in the fucking barn, goddammit, slaying this motherfucking cow for you. I thought I was feeding you to protect my goddamn kids. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, he's in his bylaw practices, which is like the whole generational curse of every fucking body, no matter what we participate in. It's previous practices. So, in the state of the self-denial, instead of him reflecting it out, he reflected within, where his conversation was eventually brought a divine conversation upon. And once that divine conversation came upon, Joe Pye was like, all right, let me see how this gonna go. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this bitch gone too. I got another woman. Oh, you kept my little dick working. My dick still work. I can have kids again too. He probably even was like, these probably all my kids coming back. He got my dick working. I can have my kids back. That bitch is gone. My friends that made me rich again. And that's just the radical honesty of it. Now, in the radical honesty, can you feel the fucked up part? Like, damn, he wouldn't have been like that with his kids. Who gonna say who any guy gonna be? I'm just saying, radical honesty is a disturbing thing. So let's get into the tarot part of it. So I'm going to start with as above and see what comes out. Now I have 3 cards for the as above message here. 3 cards for the as above message for radical honesty for this Uranus energy reading. I have 3 cards for this Uranus for YouTube and any other video. What? I got caught up, boy. Any other videos from any of my other platforms. I glitched out, didn't I? I couldn't even control my lip when it was doing it for a second. Like I had to turn my brain on, like, oh, connect these muscles again. I'm sorry, it almost looked like I saw a card was already turned over. Okay, it wasn't. Okay. One more card, please. So we got Neptune coming back up here. Alright. This is so pretty. So that's exactly, you know, what I was talking about in this energy with Neptune being in Pisces when it comes to these situations, right? So on our pathway, the roots of us is going to be very important. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the roots going to be primarily coming from the trine with Pluto with this 2nd house and 5th house type of dynamic. Because you got Uranus already in Taurus, which is the ruler of the 2nd house, and you have Capricorn. And with the moon being in opposition and the moon about to move into Capricorn in a few more days, that's going to be very important when you're talking about root energy, right? Something that you will be harnessing from your natural environment, the womb of it all. So Neptune is the fertilizer. Neptune is like the lawn care people, you know, they come to lay down whatever grass you need, depending on how you want to look at it. Whether you're looking at this as a new beginning, so maybe you under new construction work. You need to really be into the creative process in matching this energy up. Especially with the 5 of Earth that's right here, okay? So when we considering this 5th house creativity, because that is a beautiful, you see that waterfall for as above? You see that? So is pouring down, is nurturing the situation at this point in time. So it's not necessarily a bad or a good thing right now. It's really based on you, meaning that say if on your pathway you done got judged, and for this situation, all right, let's see, they be talking to me too much. Let's say this is about you having a gift, a spiritual gift. You're on a pathway. You're trying to unlock your pathway, your spiritual gift now is coming to a crossroad. This is the third card that came out, the Ten of Water. Okay, so the crossroad energy would be like, with Pluto in the second house of resources and whatever Pluto got going on. So right now it has a trine with Uranus, right? Uranus and Pluto have a trine. So say when it comes to your spiritual gift, this is all about negotiation. This is negotiation, for example, 15 years to come. You know, it's not about your age. It's going through also the 11th house, which has Sag and Aquarius. This is where the Mercury opposition with Uranus will be present very much here, right? So with that being present in a right there, the Mercury opposition with the 11th house, your with Neptune in the third house with Gemini and having your environment, and Neptune coming up inside of here. All right. That means whatever your gift is, if they feel like your gift needs to be ready in 15 years, you have a certain amount. Then the good part about it, you know you're still living for 15 years. At least 15. Now within that 15 years, there's a part of your past of when you had that gift. And there's going to be a part of that past, especially with the sextile energy, there's going to be part of that past in where your gift wasn't needed. Or whatever things that happened when you was living in that lifeline. So there's going to be different things that come up to make up the reason and the purpose your gift is needed in the future. Not what your gift was in the past, but what your gift will be needed to be in the future. So that means while the moon is in the 12th house, that means when it goes into Capricorn, right, and is moving through these houses backwards, by the time the moon probably get back to the 5th house, you could be having a great time, bad time. It's no telling. I can't really picture that in the upper above type of vibration. But what I'm trying to say is, by the time the moon get back around to the 5th house round with Uranus in Taurus, only if it's there. I don't know. I'm not going to say it that way because I don't know if Uranus is going to be in the 5th house. I'm on the East Coast. So I don't know what it's going to look like as far as this axial rotation. But as far as me pulling these messages off the 5th house, that 5th house, when the moon get there in whatever zodiac sign, is going to prepare everything. And that's why you see this waterfall here. So, only thing I could say as far as above, if you don't know how, you might need to figure out whether you could figure out any longevity. That's have to be a personal reading, so that's on the right side to give you. You have to see me in public, whoever you are. All right. I don't think I did. I hope I didn't. Hold on, I want to be way, I am not no cocky person. I want, cause, whoo, that just hit me real hard. I was going the wrong way, my bad. Oh no, hold on. Oh yeah. What the fuck? No, it's out of order. It was out of order. I need to find out something. Where you at? I've been looking at it the wrong way. Where's fire? Okay. I thought it was Saturn. I thought it was. I just wasn't sure. So yeah, I had to be sure, y'all. I didn't want to be wrong. But yeah, it is Saturn. So like I said, time. Time really is the thing in this. Is time. In the development of this pathway. So that's the shadow card there. Let me get a 3-card clarification. All right. I'm going to clarify each one of these cards from so below. All right. May I have a 1-card clarification for the 8 of fire? And it's a new moon. That's some badass shit. I swear, man, it's some badass shit. I can never afford to feel cocky and no energy like this. It's alright to be good at it, but I gotta maintain it. Alright. May I have 1-card clarification here for the 8 of fire? And I like the fact that they put these planets. Yeah, that was one thing I did like about that deck, how they put the planets up here. I haven't used this deck in about over 3 years. Yeah, it's been a minute since I used this deck. It's been about 3 years since I used it. So I'm saying I'm retrograding with everybody with it too. It's been a long time since I used this deck. May I have a clarification? Recentered. May I have a clarification for the 8 of fire? May I have 1-card clarification for the 8 of fire? Alright, got that one. May I have a 1-card clarification for the 5 of earth? May I have 1-card conversation? And I love the gnomes that's up here. I really do. That is just so beautiful. If that just don't speak of pathway energy right there. May I have a clarification, 1 clarification card for the 10 of waters? You still gave me 2. And a shadow card here while we begin is lovers. I feel like lovers definitely is speaking of the pathway. Okay? Because this is all about contracts, new beginnings. And like I was even giving an example, like when it comes to deciding on how it work on, you know, just being in the creative process of it, being in the human experience is definitely going to be a little bit different than the creative process. The only thing that would be shared is maybe the emotional bond in it or whatever. The water energy that comes out of it. But either way it goes, you know, Gemini is part of the Lover's card. Okay. The Gemini moon could be very significant. Being matching up with the 5th house, where the moon gets to, could be very significant. Gemini do come after the Lovers. So, also consider Jupiter is in Gemini too, and right now it's currently on the descendant line of it. So when we also talking about the creative process of the planetary, the universe alignment up in it, when we seeing all of the magic coming down on the earth plane, and why it has, you know, the major arcana, the planetary alignment and the way that it's moving is very significant. So this could mean for many of people it's resonating when it comes to their gift. This transit that Jupiter is going through could be resonating with a lot of people's lifelines and stuff like that. So that is something to keep in mind also. Alright, so Neptune got clarified. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. Let's see that. With the 4 of Swords, right? No, 4 of Pentacles, my bad. Oh, I like to laugh at myself. Okay, it got clarified with the 4 of Pentacles, alright? So, that is basically saying, yeah, hey, Neptune is really going to play a release role into your pathway energy. You know, this is something about letting things go, cleaning up old habits. So when we're talking about down here, it could be just simple things as taking in place old habits that got to get cleaned up. I have a problem with some things. I want to move, but I'm not ready to move right now. So I'm going through a lot of energetic pressure. So that's just talking about pathways. So, and just being into the lifeline energy. So this could be the most tedious part down here below in the radical honesty of it, of confronting those things, or how to make it through it, because I know mine is very frustrating. Alright, so the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Earth, got clarified by the 5 of Swords, which is pretty good, because basically what it's saying in this pathway, you have a victory. Now, in this victory, these people, like I began off, you know, with the story of Job. So you have this one character that's right here, right? That could be the wife that was around Job, right? And you see the character that's right here, that could have been Job's friends. And at the end of it, even though it was a rough battle for Job, Job was victorious. So in a challenge, I guess it's saying, be expressive. Know how you could communicate with the universe. Why not take it to the universe before and learning how to ignore the people that's outside? What is wrong with that victory? I mean, I know what's wrong with it. It's the human experience. Like, ain't nobody walked during Job time. And some people right now is a little bit goddamn serious. Some people will really put their hands on you. Like, you really don't know how the fuck to really be in the self-denial energy. You know, you might know how to experience more self-defeat. And who want to experience more of the self-defeat energy? Nobody. Everybody want to be able to feel like they're a fighter. They could get up and go. So it's a very complexity inside of it. Now, the 10 of Waters got clarified with the 4 of Pentacles, with the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? So this is saying that when it comes to this crossroad, it ain't no time to chill and relax. You know, you're going to need some quick thinking, and probably within this right here in this pathway is learning how to enrich you in believing in yourself. Learning your limitations, learning what limitations are, learning what limitations are with your gift. Is going through those stages of certain things being over focused, in tune with, could maybe feel a little bit like paranoia, depending on how you react or your attitude goes. But once again, that's going to determine how you let this Five of Earth and this Five of Swords get the best of you. And that's why these is right here in reverse. Okay? Because it's not necessarily saying that you're going to look and ponder. It's no use to say that you believe that you lost in it. You're not lost. Okay? When it comes to that Five of Pentacles right there, you're not lost. Okay? You're not lost in the woods. And if you do feel like you lost, nature is going to be there. The universe is going to be there for you. But the names that you might, or the path that you believe your gift might be in, might be also there. So when we're talking about the moon and Mercury in opposition with Uranus right now, this is very much oppositional energy. Now it's going to turn. Yes, it's going to turn because you're at a pathway. But waiting for that turn is the whole thing. So it might not be an easy thing on this self-discovery path, per se. All right? But at the same time, it's a path. All right? All right. So I hope that helped you out on you going on your path, understanding your emotions and your situation. The best advice that I can give is you're going to always feel tired of going through the same energetic flux. Once you realize that being tired actually makes you comfortable and stronger, you'll be more closer on your pathway. All right, there you go.